Take a deep breath. Right now, about 78% of that air is nitrogen. Only 21% is oxygen. That modest 21% keeps you alive. Now, imagine waking up tomorrow, stepping outside, and discovering that every single breath you take is 100% pure oxygen. At first, you wouldn't feel terrified. You would feel incredible. Your lungs would fill with effortless vitality. An intense surge of alertness would wash over your brain. Your muscles would feel light, energized, and ready to sprint for miles. Athletes would shatter world records without breaking a sweat. The sky above would transform into an intensely deep crystalline blue. Every breath would taste crisp and invigorating. For the first few minutes, you might think humanity had received the ultimate biological upgrade. Then, you notice a neighbor trying to light a backyard grill. A single tiny spark strikes the charcoal. Instantly, it does not just catch fire. The grill erupts in a deafening, blinding fireball that scorches the entire lawn in 3 seconds. In a pure oxygen atmosphere, fire is no longer a tool. Fire is a monster. Under normal conditions, atmospheric nitrogen acts as a massive chemical cushion. It dilutes oxygen and keeps combustion slow, manageable, and controllable. Without nitrogen to slow it down, the ignition point of every organic material drops dramatically. A single friction spark from a car tire on asphalt ignites dry roadside grass. The flame spreads faster than a galloping horse. Within 2 hours, every kitchen stove, cigarette, electrical outlet, and running engine becomes a potential bomb. Firefighters attempt to spray water on the blazes. The heat is so ferocious that even wet wood and damp soil burn with violent fury. Forests across every continent ignite into uncontrollable planetary firestorms. The smoke is so intense it begins blotting out the sun. Meanwhile, inside your own body, a much quieter catastrophe is unfolding. Your cells were never engineered to process this much oxidation. Within 6 hours of breathing pure oxygen, your body enters a state of severe pulmonary oxygen toxicity. Extra oxygen molecules react violently with cellular proteins and lipids, releasing a relentless flood of destructive free radicals. Your throat begins to burn. Your chest feels heavy and tight with every inhale. Fluid starts leaking directly into the alveoli of your lungs. You begin to cough uncontrollably. Even worse, the excess oxygen floods your central nervous system. Dizziness turns into visual tunnel vision, ringing in the ears, and sudden, violent muscle spasms. Outside, the physical infrastructure of the modern world begins to rapidly dismantle. Oxygen is one of the most aggressive elements on the periodic table. Iron bridges, exposed steel beams, cars, and railway tracks begin oxidizing at an impossible rate. Decades of rust and corrosion happen in a matter of days. Shiny metal surfaces turn into flaky, brittle red dust before your eyes. Electrical transformers corrode and pop, plunging entire power grids into total darkness. In the natural world, an ancient prehistoric nightmare begins to stir. 300 million years ago, during the Carboniferous period, oxygen levels rose to just 35%. That modest increase allowed insects to grow to gigantic sizes. In a 100% oxygen environment, dragonflies would eventually expand to the size of eagles. Spiders would grow to the size of dinner plates. Earth's biosphere would transform into a hyper-combustible prehistoric jungle where every lightning strike threatens planetary annihilation. Fortunately, our atmosphere is 78% silent, inert nitrogen. It doesn't keep us breathing, but it keeps our world from burning to ash. The greatest shield protecting human civilization isn't a wall or a weapon. It is the invisible, humble gas that dilutes the air we breathe every single second.